everyone, my name is Todd Boffo, and I'm so excited to be here with you today on behalf of the Arizona Coalition to End Sexual and Domestic Violence. I know they just did an event, and on behalf of them, they just want to send a huge thank you. And also today, I'm going to share with you just a short, little, quick, awesome recipe that I call Southwest Tranquillo Salsa. Matter of fact, let's just say it one more time, Southwest Tranquillo Salsa. But it's really good, and it's one of those dishes that's super easy to make, and especially in this Arizona heat, this Arizona sun, it's incredibly refreshing. So let me just go over what the ingredients are, and they're super simple. We're gonna just chop them up, throw them all in a bowl, and let it sit and rest. So of course we have some red onion, we have some garlic, or ajos as they say, we have mango, we have some limes, we have Italian plum tomatoes, which I have a partiality for because I'm Italian, and also we have avocado, and then we have jalapenos. Who doesn't like some jalapenos? These are, somebody said that if they're wrinkly, if your jalapeno, they look like this and they're a little bit wrinkly, it just means they're a little spicy. So that's just encouraging for any of you like me, if you're getting older, you're a little wrinkle, just say you're spicy. Anyway, let's get to this. And I want to share with you, one of the things I love about the organization and what they're doing is they're helping real people. You know, sometimes when we talk about organizations and helping and serving others, we can kind of get disconnected from actually real lives and people that we're helping. And so today, one of the things I wanted to share with you besides this recipe is we're gonna just take these red onions and we're gonna chop them up fine. I'm not gonna have the time to actually go through every single ingredient and then assemble the whole salsa, but you're gonna get the feel for this because you're going to simply chop everything up and put it into one bowl. But this organization means a lot to me, especially because when you think about domestic violence, when you think about the people that have been, whose lives have been turned upside down, whether it was through rape or through incredible, severe domestic violence, you know, some of the statistics that were moving to me were 1 in 6 women will be raped in their lifetime, 1 in 71 guys. So it's not even just women, it's guys too. And then just talking about incredible extreme violence, that 1 in 4 women in their lifetime will experience extreme violence. And this is through people that they're close to. This isn't just random strangers. And this is one of the things that actually touched my own home. And one of these things when we talk about statistics is that it's one thing to read about statistics. It's one thing to think about things that happen and hardships that people go through it and just, you know, atrocities that people go through. It's a different thing when it comes to your home. And that's something that happened to our family. And unfortunately, even through my own daughter. And at 15 years old, when we got called down to the counselor's office in her high school to talk about what had happened to her when she was a young girl, and then start a journey on how do we help her get healthy? How do we get past the PTSD? How do we help her be able to function in a healthy way and also deal with everything that happened to her? Can I just tell you, it turned my life upside down. And it's not even just her. There's other people in our family that this touched. And I know for some of you watching this video, it's also touched your house. Or somewhere along the line, it's not just a statistic, it's not somebody else, but when it touches your own life and your own home, that there's a blast zone that happens and it affects other people around you. And I just want to say that we really appreciate everybody's efforts, whether it's your time, whether it's your energy, whether it's promoting it, and also just giving funding to this, because this helps real people's lives, real women and men, to be able to rebuild lives, to be able to get help at the most vulnerable time in their lives. And so I just want to say thank you for that. So we're going to add some onions, we're going to add tomatoes, we're going to add some shrimp. One of the things with I'm not going to cut up the mango. You know, there's over 100 different mangoes in the world. Over 100. We're just going to use one today. How about that? We'll stick with one. But choose your mangoes. When I cut up my mangoes, one of the things I like to do is we're going to use 2 of them, at least 2 in the recipe. One of them I like to use and chop up a little bit fine, so you get all the juicy goodness in there. The second one, I usually kind of keep a little bit chunkier to kind of give it a little bolder flavor when you're getting that like salsa on the chip. And the same thing when it comes to shrimp. You know, nobody likes, I don't know about you, but going in and having a recipe that has shrimp in it, and it's almost like that old commercial, "Where's the beef?" Anybody remember that? You know, where's the beef? Well, you don't want to be making a dish and people come to your house and they're like, "There's shrimp in there, really? Where's the mystery shrimp?" So when you chop up your shrimp, obviously it needs to be bite-sized, but don't make it like puree. Don't puree your shrimp. You want to make it big enough that people can have a bite and taste a little bit of everything. And I don't know about you, shrimp is one of my favorite seafood, types of seafood. So we're just gonna kind of do, if you see here, I'm just doing a rough chop. Also, if you notice I have my knives here, I have two different knives. This is just a basic chef knife that I enjoy using. But one of the things with knives, do you know why people struggle with cutting? The number one reason people struggle with cutting is because their knife isn't sharp. So let me just encourage you, if you always struggle with cutting, start with a sharp knife. Do you know that more people cut themselves because of a sharp knife and not bad knife skills? So make sure you sharpen it. This is a nicest thing. It's called a steel. This helps keep the edge on it. But guess what? They have sharpening services. So do yourself a favor, take your knives, get them all sharpened, and I promise you, your life will be easier when you cook at home, and you'll save yourself from maybe chopping off one of your fingers. No, I'm just kidding. Hopefully that'll never happen. But you don't want to cut yourself. Jalapenos, these are things that everybody's got a different taste. I like a little bit of spice. I don't know about you. So normally I'm putting 2 of these in there, but my wife is not quite there with the seasoning. So if I'm making it and she's gonna have it, and depending on where we're going, they're going to go ahead and we'll do 1. But if you like that little extra, do extra. Let me add, I'm gonna post on the website. They're gonna have all the ingredients and the recipe on how to do this. But let me just tell you something. These shrimp, just so you know, they're already pre-cooked. So I bought these pre-cooked. Another option, if you want to make this, just take it another level, is grill them. So you can grill them, you could do a Cajun seasoning, or just a simple grill. It'll give that little smoky flavor. Along with, you could even roast these. So if you're looking to go a little bit extra, maybe you cook a lot, I'm telling you, you throw that little smoky flavor, this takes this up like 2 notches. Then as good as it is now, it takes it up. Then also, you notice everything here is fresh. One of the things I like when you're taking limes, you're taking juice from citrus fruit. Make sure just let it get room temperature. It gets a little bit warmer, gets softer, and then just roll them out so that when you do cut them and you squeeze that juice in there, it actually comes out. Now I know some of you, unlike me, I'm just using my hands, just down and dirty. This is how we did it. When I went to chef school years ago, we just used our hands. This was before gloves and everybody was cautious, and so I know some of you you may have the presses at home, but just you want to get all that fresh juice in there. This fresh juice, I'm telling you, this makes the difference. Can you use pre-made juice? Yeah, you can use it if you want. But if you see how easy this is, you just roll it, cut it, squeeze it, boom, you're done. So they're adding in lime. So every one of these ingredients we're gonna add in. We're gonna add the garlic, we're gonna mince the garlic. We're not gonna take this garlic, we're not gonna make this big chunks, because nobody wants like big chunks of garlic in this type of salsa. Now, if we're making a bruschetta or something like that, then guess what? We probably want like a little bit thicker pieces of garlic, but just keep your garlic nice and thin, and you want to keep it very small. So this is the kind of stuff you don't want people going, hey, look at this giant chunk of garlic. You want people saying, hey, look at that nice piece of shrimp. Like, this is really good. So you're gonna just literally chop. Maybe count to 20 while you count this. If you really like garlic, add 2 cloves in. But you're gonna simply just throw everything in there. I don't like to use a lot of salt with this recipe. One thing is we're using tortilla chips, they have salt on them. Also, shrimp has a salty nature to it. So I'm always cautious with salt, but it's super easy. You're gonna just throw in salt and pepper to taste. So I'm gonna just squeeze in a little bit of pepper. I'm gonna put in, this is a little Himalayan salt. You can use whatever kind of salt you want. But you notice I'm only putting, this is for the full recipe. I only did 2 twists on there. I use some blended olive oil. It's got coconut, it's got avocado, and I'm not putting a lot because you know what happens? Remember when I said earlier when you're gonna use that mango, how some of it you're gonna chop real fine? When you do that, it's full of juice. So it's gonna give it some liquid in there. It's gonna kind of bleed through everything. The oil is just to help make it and blend it and kind of pull it all together, pull all the flavors together. So let me just show you this. This is the finished product. So this is all finished. I have a little cilantro on the outside. I have 2 different kinds of chips. You may want to let this sit. Once you make it up, you can let it sit overnight. It's great. If you can leave it that long, you may not be able to not eat some for that long. But I would encourage you, let it sit for at least an hour or 2 before you serve it. But I promise you, you make this dish, you show up at a barbecue, you have your friends come over, when it's 110 out, this is so refreshing. And that's one of the reasons why I chose this dish. It's because in this world, there's a lot of trouble, and a lot of people are looking for hope. And you and I have the opportunity to be a light in dark places. I firmly believe that. You know, it's been said that we make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. You know, I'm wearing a hat that says Impact. I'm actually a pastor at Impact Church here in Scottsdale. And I believe everybody has a purpose on this life. And you and I, when we have an opportunity, it's important to make an impact. So I just want to say thank you on behalf of this organization for all that you've done, for being supportive. And I want to encourage you to continue to do so, that there is a lot of needs out there. And we can't change everybody's need, but we can change somebody's need. So this again is Todd Boffo. I'm on my way out, so I'm going to go enjoy this. You'll see the video, the recipe is posted. I hope you enjoy this as much as I'm getting ready to. Ciao.